Good afternoon, students. How are we?
Um, Fine, sir.
Mm,
Before we start, sir, um, I just wanted to ask something, sir. Um, in regards to this course, um, I was wondering if I was trying to find Calculus one, and I was wondering if it was being held this semester, or is that not the case? Because that was what I was actually looking for.
no, Calculus 1 was last semester. So this is supposed to be Calculus 2. Got that crossword?
And I wasn't allowed to do this on
All right. So I think you and I need to have an off-air conversation, crossword. So just stay put and we will talk thereafter. What are the rest of you doing?
Hi, sir.
Doing fine, sir.
Happy New Year.
Afternoon,
Mm.
afternoon.
Happy New
Well, not
Year,
as good
sir.
as you, sir, but I'm here surviving.
You're surviving. Okay. Well, good to
Happy New
know.
Year, sir.
Yeah. All right. So welcome to second semester. But there is an elephant that we need to talk about. Give me half a second, please. Coming to you at 1 minute. All right. So as you know, the prerequisite for Calculus 2 is Calculus 1. And the question that I know you all will be asking, sir, we don't get the Calculus 1 grade yet. And I will say I'm very aware of that. Afternoon, Siobhan. And I will say, hold on. Okay. And I will say to you, I'm fully aware. I will also say to you that I have completed marking the examination paper. What I'm struggling with is the mid-semester is also done. What I'm struggling with is the coursework pieces. And no excuse of yours, no problem of, yeah, of yours really. It's just that it's kind of overwhelming, especially when you're marking another set of exam papers that you thought you had X number of students. And when you check a stop, it's almost 2 times the number of students that turned up. Not for this course, but for another course I was teaching, and it really took me off guard. Nonetheless, I will encourage you all to stay today. It is my hope, my expectant hope that by Thursday, by the way, I should ask, when is your next class? Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow, sir.
No, not tomorrow. When?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, right. Oh Lord, I was hoping it's Thursday. All right. It is my expectant hope that by the next class you'll be able to see your grades, to know your status for the course. So what I'll do is I won't be doing anything really, just do some and get the housekeeping out of the way, and then we'll have an early afternoon so that I can go back to see if I can finish marking the coursework pieces. I would only give a general update on the exam. Hold on. Okay. 1 minute.
Good day, sir.
Right. So we just go for the exam stuff. So there were 20 of you that did. There were 20 of you that did the exam. And 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so there are 20 of you that did the exam. And I'm seeing where 9 of you passed the exam in and of itself. And you may be saying, oh, Jesus, server failed. Not necessarily. So 9 of you passed the exam, meaning over 50%. But there were a number of you that fell into the 40% range. And, you know, if you get 40%, let me just calculate something here to make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn. Right. So that would be 1, 2. Right. So a few of you also fell into the 40% range. And, you know, falling into the 40% range based on the mid-semester that I'm seeing and the coursework pieces, I'm expecting those of you who received 40% and above should be able to pull through with the exam. So 20 of you did it. So that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be about, I estimate about, yeah, about between 12 and 15 of you, based on the grades that I'm seeing, depending, I know, yeah, about between 12 and 15 of you, depending on the grade, depending on the grade that you receive on the mid-semester, should be able to pull through with the course. Just in general terms speaking though, there were some of you who literally did nothing on the exam. And this is just in general, that's what I want to speak about. Some of you did absolutely nothing on the exam. And also some of you went missing in action. And then now I was surprised to see you turn up for the exam, meaning I marked an exam paper for you. And as a result of that, you know, you really couldn't score much because you never came to class. So I'm going to be very particular with that come this semester. If you're not coming up to my class, you can't do my exam. You know, some of you were visiting members of my class and I didn't appreciate it. And what I didn't appreciate is the fact that you're not coming to class and you said nothing to me. So I couldn't even reach out to you, you know, otherwise. But for the most part, you know, some of you did very well. There were some students who really pulled through. Students getting 29 out of 30 for one question and 25 out of 30 for another question. I'm seeing another student got 29 out of 30 for one question and 23 out of 30 for another question. And better yet, one student getting 28 out of 30 for one and 29 out of 30 for the other. All right. So those two sets of students would have been the top performers in the class on the exam. I don't know what the coursework will look like, but of course there are students who have done my questions and getting 3 out of 30. and getting
Sir.
0 out of 30. Who is that?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to know, baseball what I remember, it's split up 60-40, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, that's right.
So,
You're correct.
which one is 60? The coursework or the exam?
Exam. Exam. I'll come back to you.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, Amar, go ahead.
So sir, you're saying that like a bunch of students got 50, you say you mark the exam, right? So when you're saying that the 40s and the 50s is from the exam only, right?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying to you that there are a group of students who got over 50% on the exam. Not exactly 50%, but students who
Okay.
have gotten over 50% on the exam, and there are a few students who got within the 40% range on the exam. So I'm
So the
saying to
40,
you that, go ahead.
so the 40 and the 50 goes towards the final grade.
You know, exam grade
So
was
I mean, what are 60%?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Oh,
40% on the exam. So that is going to be times 0.6 to give you 60% of that. Yeah. So the point I'm making is I have 2 students in the class who got 80% on the exam. That's the point. Got 80% on the exam, which is very good. But I have students who, well, let me not even say that part, but to say that I have 2 students who got 80% on the exam, which is very good. And then I have 1 student getting 75% on the exam. And then the next best grade would have been 70% on the exam. So there are students in the class who have learned and who have done pretty well. But there are other students who really need to pull up your socks for the second semester. Those of you who can pull over. I won't go any further in terms of the grades because remember, no, I can't give you grades. I'm not allowed to give you grades. I'm only speaking in general terms and would hope that those of you who are able to cross over the threshold for Calculus 2 will be able to pull your weight and pull it well and fast. All right. So at this point in time, I'm going to give you an opportunity to,
Sir,
go ahead, please.
sorry to interrupt your wonderful speech.
Mhm.
However, are you saying that based on your exam marking, you're going to be teaching about 12 students this semester?
Well, it's only those who pass the course that I'll be teaching the calculus too, because the calculus one is a prerequisite. So I guess the answer to your question,
Okay,
tax is yes.
I understand. Okay, no problem, sir.
You understand what I'm saying, tax though?
Sir? Yes, sir, I understand. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, man. So if it is 5 students, it is going to be 5
Five
students.
students.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, I
So
understand.
you cannot move over to calculus 2 um, with a failing grade in calculus 1. Just don't work like that. In the past, I have assisted some students who got like B pluses, sorry, D pluses, and you say, you know, come on and work on this and work on do this and so forth and so on, and they come over to calculus 2 and just waste time, and it just never happened. So it's just I just have to enforce the rules. You know, you don't do what it is that you're supposed to be doing in the term, you cannot move on to calculus 2 for that experiment. So anyway, as I said before, I just need to, I'm not going to be here very long with you for tonight because I just need to get back now to just finish doing this stuff. I mean, those based on what it is that I've marked in the exam paper, there are students in the class that I'm very proud of. You came to class and you asked questions and you were very engaged. I'm really very proud of you. And when you see your grades, I'm sure that you'll be very proud of yourself as well. What I can do though for today is I can share with you whether or not you're going to be doing calculus 2, I can share with you the course outline. So at least you can have a look at it. The course in and of itself, it's not what I can. I think I should share it with you. The
Good
course
afternoon, sir.
Sir Alvin, good afternoon to you too.
Alan, sir.
Yeah, man.
Edikosoft, sir.
Yeah, I know about Edikosoft, sir. 1, 2, 3, what am I looking for?
Excuse me,
Course.
sir.
But go ahead, please, course.
You hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, sir. I did mine with a proctor. Did you receive my paper?
I did. I got your paper late last week.
Late.
I said late last week I got your paper.
Oh, okay.
And truth be told, if I were to be honest, yours is the only paper I have not yet marked because when I got your paper late last week, maybe about, don't quote me, could be about Wednesday, Thursday of last week, I had previously marked off the calculus 1 exam paper and was struggling to mark the pre-calculus paper.
Okay, sir.
Calculus. So I will go and get your paper done up today. Calculus 2. Sorry,
Right,
was distracted because I was trying to find the course outline. Yeah, so yours is the only one that I have not yet marked, Alvin. And I really hope that I'm really hope that you're the only one that did a proctored exam so that I don't have much more to mark outside of that. So what I'll do is just quickly share with you the outline. I need to go for my charger. It's dying. 1 minute, please. All right, so as you can see, the prerequisite is calculus 1, maths 3601. And this course is, I will send this to Lecarno in a few so that he can share it with you all. This course is really an application on what it is you've learned in calculus 1. So it says application of differentiation. It would assume that you've already studied and understood differentiation. So now we're going to be applying differentiation. And what we teach in differentiation has to be an application of differentiation. So I'm going to use differentiation to estimate increments and errors, to sketch a graph of functions, to find local and absolute maximum and minimum, the points of inflection and asymptotes. We're going to be solving polynomials by Newton-Raphson method. We're going to differentiate exponential functions, and we're going to apply Maclaurin series. For unit 2, again, you'd have already learned integration. So what we're going to be doing now is to apply integration. So unit 2 is application of integration. Upon successful completion, we should be able to apply the mean value theorem using the trapezoidal rule and the second mean value theorem for integration. So it comes with an assumption that you've already known how to integrate. Then we're also going to be applying integrals to volumes by slicing and rotating about an axis. We're going to also integrate exponential functions. Having differentiated the exponential functions from up here, we're going to be required to integrate those exponential functions. And we're also going to be using an intermediate value theorem of integration. We would have used the intermediate value theorem up top here. And then we're going to be using it again for the application of the integration. And then all of those that we need to do. Then we're going to be solving first order differential equations, FODE. So we're going to solve first order differential equations. I know for calculus 1, we didn't do as much here. So the aim for me is to build on this for calculus 2 with you. So I'll go through some more calculus 1 of these and build up for the first order differential equation. So this is something that you don't have to worry about, but I know students don't like it. And I'm telling you up front, we're going to be expressing and finding the first order differential equation in separable variable. Then we're going to use it to estimate exponential growth. And then we're going to apply the FODE with bounding conditions and looking at some social science problems as well. And in unit 4, we're going to be looking at multivariable function. Now, multivariable calculus is going to be very long. Multivariable calculus is where you're going to find your double and triple integral in rectangular coordinates. You're going to find your Hessian matrix. You're going to find your derivatives of cross partial and first order partial derivatives. You're going to also do second order partial derivatives and cross order partial derivatives of multivariable functions. You're going to also be able to and should be able to differentiate multivariable functions and present the rules of differentiation. You must, in order to do all of this, demonstrate the use of chain rule for multivariable function. And also you are going to be looking at some optimization, looking at problems in 2 variables. And the optimization here will be something on Lagrange multipliers. So here is what we're talking about up top here with the optimization. So if it is that you want to optimize your product, when you get out into the work world, you will be taught how to do those calculations. And for question 5, we're going to be looking at some introduction to calculus software. So if you recognize, the syllabus ends right there. But don't say, oh, sir, an introduction to calculus software is similar to what it is that I would have done with you using Desmos and so forth and so on. So there are some other software that I'll show you, introduce you to, so it is that you can look at those. All right, and some of them are here. So technically, you're going to be examined on 4 units, but there are 4 heavy units. 4 heavy units. Multivariable calculus, just like what it is that we did for calculus 1, you're going to get a compulsory question, not really a compulsory question, but you're going to get a question. You're going to get a question, a full question for 30 marks on multivariable calculus. It is a real-life question. Yeah, so it's going to be a real-life question that you will have to, in the examination, internalize and be able to answer the questions that follow therein. Now, it is possible. There are many students who've done this with me, and there are students, like 2 of the students in the class now who got 80% on the exam. There are students who got 80% and above on the exam. Let's hope that these 2 students who got 80% on this exam for me received over 80% on their courseworks at least, I can boast 2 A's for the course. And even those who got 70 something can still get the 80%. So let us see how many A's I get from Calculus 1. Calculus 2 is really fun. Calculus 2 is actually more, yeah. I think it's easier than Calculus 1 because Calculus 2, you have only 4 units that you can just focus on. There are 4 heavy units nonetheless. But if you take the units in trances, and you should be able to manage those successfully. You know, when you look at your differentiation, if you can understand the different contents of the differentiation here, if you can understand Maclaurin's for argument's sake, if you know that you understand how to differentiate exponential functions and the rules surrounding exponential functions, and you know you understand Newton-Raphson, and then you know you can sketch a curve and you look at your small increments, you know that you've covered your unit 1. And for your unit 2, we're going to be looking at trapezoidal. This is a heavy unit. Question comes for quite a bit of marks for here. You know, if you understand this, you should be good to go. You know, the volume of rotation is another heavy one. So sometimes the questions are linked in a way where you may get 12 marks for a trapezoidal, and you may end up getting a 12 marks for the volume of revolution. That's 24 marks, and they may give you something for a 6 marker for the stuff. Heavy questions, but if you understand what it is that you're doing, you know, it will be seamless. Yeah, so it is a practical math course. As you can see here, the last unit has 11 content areas only on multivariable functions. So it means that there are some areas you must know how to do your partial derivatives, your first order partial derivatives, your first order and your second order cross partial derivatives. It's very important. And there's a fun way that I use to teach it. And if you can find the fun in it, you should be okay. All right, so that's what the syllabus looks like. I will send a copy of this to Carno so that he can send it off to you guys. Whether or not you're doing the calculus 2 now, still hold a copy of it. And, you know, the information will be communicated to those of you who will be qualified for the course. Are there, go Siobhan?
Sir, for Lakaran, how would I access that given that I'm new?
All right. So there is a WhatsApp group. Carno is my contact person. So if you drop your number in the WhatsApp group, I am sure he'll be able to add you to the WhatsApp group. He can also drop your email. He can add you to the email pool. And if there's any other person, Proswell, I know you are coming over here. Anybody else who needs that contact information, you can just drop your information in. I'm only seeing Tariq Mendes. I'm only seeing 1, 2, 3 new persons. So just drop your information in the chat, and Karna will be able to add you so that the information can be passed on. Are there any questions? I don't want to stay beyond 6 o'clock. Are there any questions?
Yes, sir. How it's split? How we split it? So how much is course for how much is mid-semester, how much is exam?
The more you don't know how much is covered.
It's the same as calculus 1?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, it's the same as calculus 1. 60-40. Common coursework, college coursework, final examination, 60-40. So I will say this again. There are students who sat in calculus 1 who were able to get high 60s, 70s, and 80% last semester. I'm expecting that all of you would had an equal opportunity to do the same thing. So I'm just going to ask that for those of you who will be coming over with us for calculus 2, that you are going to be diligent in what it is that you're doing. Chef, is that a new hand or an old one?
It's a hold on, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Right. You said to Mr. Mark.
Mhm. Go ahead.
Yes, you mentioned that. No, you mentioned that that we would talk this. So I just want to remind you.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Russell. I'm going through the demo. What kind of stuff that you put in the chat? We'll sprint for some stuff. Hold on, demo. Yes, Russell, you see?
No, you said that I should. No, I'm just reminding you, sir, about.
Oh yeah. We can link, man. I will link with you. Don't worry about that. I will link with you.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, let me send you a private message now. Okay, never mind. Never mind. You can I see that stuff crossword. Never mind. You can just ignore the message I just sent you. Okay, never mind. You responded. All right, cool. Okay, so Carno sent the link for the WhatsApp. So those of you who can join that link, please, and thanks. And marks of participation. Okay, I'll pray about that one. All right. Yes. Are there any other questions? Not going to be, drawing out the session because I need to go back and be very diligent with what it is that I'm doing.
Okay, sir. So I just wanted to add, there's nothing much. The person who suggested marks for participation, I just think that, that person is wise. I'll just add that and leave it there.
Come off the phone, Taj. Come off the phone. I mean, come off my Zoom. No, man, but yeah, it was a good group. Last semester we learned. People were a little anxious with my teaching style, but at the end of it, I'm seeing where people actually was able to learn fully online. There are only a few students who I was able to meet, I think once on a Wednesday, to just do some go through, but most of it we did it online. And based on the grades that I'm seeing, this is excellent for some of you. There are some who just needed to do a little bit more work. And if you had done just a little bit more, you would have been able to pull over. But yeah, all right. Any other questions? I have 6 more minutes to hang out with you. So it's Monday 5 to 7 and Wednesday what time? 7 to 9?
Yeah.
No? Yeah? Somebody confirm for me, please.
Same 5 to 7, sir. Same time, 5 to 7.
5 to 7 both times?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Sir.
all right. So the challenge I'm having right here now is I'm really hoping that for this semester. I know last semester it really wasn't a challenge per se for some who were here for 5 o'clock, because I would have logged on before 5 many a times over, and I was seeing students come on. We don't have a 7 to 9, so we don't have a late class. So when we're talking about mid-semesters and other assessments, we have to come out early. So we can't say, let us use a late time class to give enough time to get home. So we have to be very diligent in that regard. And from early, I would want us to identify a time. Do you have class every day of the week?
Yes, sir. Every day of this week. Every day of the week.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
No, we don't have
Hey, Mr.
class
Shan.
Tuesdays. We don't have classes. Oh, different. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they have different rules.
We have class every day of the week.
Every day of the week, sir.
Right.
Shan.
But there are some students who, I guess, by the way, something I should have asked, I'm very delayed by 1 semester. Is it that everybody here is doing BMIS, or do I have any BDIT?
Yeah, BDIT and
BMIS, sir.
BMIS.
Oh, I have both
BMIS.
BMIS and BD, the IT part?
BDIT.
The
Yes, sir.
BDIT
I
too?
am BDIT. I think most
Oh, you're
most people
BDIT.
are BMIS.
BMIS.
Yes, most of them are
Right.
BMIS.
Right. So the BMIS and the BDIT, I think for the second semester may have different courses. So maybe that's why I'm getting the varying stuff. I should have asked that question last term, I don't know why it missed me, but never mind. All right, guys. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't sit and have anxiety over what it is that I just spoke about. I'm going to be in earnest now, in getting the other things out of the way. As I said before, the mid-semester is marked. The exams are marked.
Too late for that, sir.
Go
Don't know
ahead,
the
sir.
depression state already.
Yeah, but Mr. Shan.
Yes, I'll come in, Alwyn. Kenneth, you're saying something about this?
I was saying it's too late for that, sir. I'm going depression mode already.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Matter of fact, Alwyn promises something to drink, so maybe it's a good time for you to. No, by the way, you're the one who were talking about it, so it's a good time for you to have one. Yes, Alwyn, go through, my brother.
Yes, sir. 2 concerns, sir.
Mm.
The first one, sir.
Mhm.
The mid-semester, sir. Supposed to know them grade,
It's supposed to what?
right? The mid-semester, sir, you could send the list to the corner with the student email with the grades, them, so we could know.
I can do that.
All right, good.
Absolutely.
And the second one, no more you put in a word for you, so then I'll lock you out. We email this.
Listen to me, Alwyn. I was very livid today, to the point where I got home early and then I dropped asleep, because I got home early with the intention that I'm going to mark some more papers, and then I fell asleep because I spoke very strongly about this locking out. And if I were to be very honest with you,
You're talking about the payment. You're talking about the payment thing, sir.
yes, sir. To be honest with you, and I'm going to say it because it is what is bothering me. In my other class, consistently, I was seeing 20 little bit students, not recognizing that, a few of them got locked out, or maybe they just didn't want to come to class. I don't know. But when I got that package and I saw the number of students, the truth is I started marking that package first. That was the first exam. So I had one exam one day, and then the other exam the following. Your exam came the day after that exam. And I started marking, and then I put it down because it just was way too many stuff. Now, what is happening is that because of what was happening, I gave the mid-semester to facilitate those students who were coming in late. And this is reaping havoc for me now because of what the institution did. So I spoke very sternly about it today. And one of the things that I'm sure will not happen based on the conversation is that additional lockout, what it is that you guys experience for first semester. But let me preface that though by saying to you, you have a financial obligation to the institution students. I don't want you to be nonchalant in committing to that financial obligation. I don't want anybody to say, well, we're not going to get the money until this time. Because if you take that approach, you are going to be left wanting. I'm going to say it again. We can't say to JPS or NWC, and I'm sure you wouldn't want your lecturer to be working and not being able to get the salary. Think of yourself that if you work and they don't pay you for 2 months because them don't have any money, and then come December, them say, all right, we're getting paid for 3 months because you never get paid for the 2 months. I'm sure you would not be able to survive, right?
Fear is fear, sir. Fear is fear.
Fear is fear. And thank you for understanding, Alwyn.
Yes, sir, but you deserve a rum stripe for that, do you know?
You know, you see you and Kenneth, I've been banned from and Tajay too. Him not escaping, I've been banned from class. Yeah, but
Sir.
I've been well behaved, you know.
So, sir,
I've been well
you
excuse you?
behaved.
speak about not banning us from class, but you want to do it, right?
No, not at all, not at all, man. Yeah,
Okay.
but on a serious note though, guys,
Yes, sir.
it is and it's not just a handful of students. When you look at the status, there are quite a number of students who you know, and let me tell you, because students have said it to me. Students say them not paying any school fee until them do the mid-semester. If them feel so them pass the mid-semester, they will pay the school fee. If them don't pass the mid-semester, them not paying a school fee. You can't operate like that. You know, this is tertiary. And when a Mr. Shan come to class and give him all to teach, you expect Mr. Shan to be able to take care of his family. And you know, I'm sure I wouldn't want that for you. I give you my computer, and you said to me, pay something down. And I said, no, man, I know you from college, man. And you say, all right, no problem. And you sit down and invest your time, and you build a computer, and you fix a computer. And you come and say, yo, teach. The computer ready. And I say, hey, I say, how much? He said, no, 75,000. And I said, I can't pay that. You feel a lump in your throat because you have workers who you have to pay, you have light bill to pay, you have rent to pay and support and so on. And me a hold on for your computer, you're going to say, boy, I'm going to sell it, you know. And you try to sell my computer now because you have to recoup your money. So the institution, I understand, has a responsibility. I don't personally like the way they went about it, but the other thing is they are saying that they are trying to have conversations with the students, and you students are not responding. Right? So it's a relationship.
It's a new year, new methodology, something of that sort.
Well, Crosswell, I'm hoping that it will work well, because I personally don't want to lock out anybody. I mean, I was facilitating students who were being locked out, but it came back like triple-fold the amount of students that were affected and the whole work. But anyhow, I spoke about it in several forums, and let us see what will happen. All right, 3 minutes past 6. Any other burning issue? If not, I will. Oh, sorry, Carno, let me send this before I come out, because let me stop share. Once I leave this session, you know, so I more likely can forget to send it all. Are there any burning questions that you want to ask of me? If not, I totally.
You're in the WhatsApp group, right, sir?
No, sir. I no longer join WhatsApp groups. Some students are very rude, so I've taken a decision from last semester. I had some very rude students in the summer semester. Yes, I no longer join WhatsApp group.
I guess I'll send you an email then, sir.
Yeah, man. You can go ahead and send me the email now, and I will respond to you as well. All right, let me just copy this so I can send it to Karen now. And funny enough, I don't have never normally have an issue with my calculus students. Oh, Karen, you sent a message. I didn't even see it. All right, thank you, sir. I'll just respond to that. Yeah, I never normally have an issue with my calculus students, but I just have to do it right across the board. Kenneth, please go to your yard and come out to the people in office. All right. Connor, just confirm that you received the the email from me, please, and then we'll just end the session. For Crosswell, I'm depending to get that email from you so that we can have conversations.
Yes, I'm setting it up now, sir.
Right. And Mr. Mendez, you two need to send me an email so I can know exactly what is happening. And I'm going to also invite, go and catch that name, Siobhan, to also send me an email so I can know a little bit more as to what it is that you're doing.
Yes, sir. Send me an email, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. It's a redo of the
Okay.
calculus 2. So
Okay, all right.
I've recently rejoined school. I took a leave of absence, so now I've returned.
Okay, sir. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Thank you. In regards to past papers, I know you asked about questions. Could you, well, Canvas is not up as yet, but I would ask kindly if you could upload past papers early.
I don't know. So my students are the ones who will go to the library section on the website to get
And
past
get that.
papers, right? And
Oh,
then they will
okay.
share it with me in class, yeah, man. So
Okay,
you
all
have a
right.
part to play in class, and me have a part to play as well, yeah, man. I feel you some work to do. All right.
Receive, sir.
Thanks.
You see, Carno? All right, great. You can just share it with the students. And remember, Tariq, you need to drop your numbers. Yeah, Bell, you need to join the WhatsApp group via link because I think, you know,
Yes, sir, I did.
great. Not because I'm not there, the class still links and, you know, via WhatsApp and have conversations, so forth and so on, and share on-time information from the
Yes, sir,
class.
and I remember your YouTube channel as well, which
Very
would be
good.
very
Right.
useful for
Right.
previous sessions we
Previous
would have.
sessions, right.
So a lot of
for
catching up.
those, so thank you for reminding me that. Well, you were there. I had you for calculus one, so you know about it. So Siobhan, if you look into the description of the WhatsApp group, I'm hoping it's there. If it's not, Carmen can add it to the description or send the link to the YouTube channel. You can go through and just look at any of the videos on calculus 2, applications of differentiation, and work ahead of me. And I guarantee you, you will be fine. I guarantee you'll be fine. Just look at it. If you don't understand
Okay,
something, don't
sir.
worry about it. All right? Anyhow, have a good one. We'll talk.
All right, sir. Wednesday.
You man, take
Same
care.
to you, sir.
All right, sir. Bless up.
You too.
Okay, thank you, sir.